Silicon Valley Leadership Group for having us here today. I'd like to introduce the LB&L team. As Ray had said, I really count on these guys to manage the program, to put all the products together, as you can see throughout the day. Guys like Bill Schutte, Bill, and Dale Sarter, if he's still here. Just want to recognize them. Sorry, are my slides up? Oh, need to click. Thank you. Here we go. Okay, good. Thank you. I work in the Industrial Technologies program, which is one of the programs within the Energy Efficiency program at DOE. And our mission, of course, is to work with the industrial sector, the manufacturing sector. And as it says there, we really deal with the part of the nation that is about a third of the country's energy. And the data center program is such a critical part of the industry because it's a new element of our program. It's the high-tech part. And as people have said throughout the day, it's about 2 to 3% of the nation's electricity, which would be about 1 to 2% of total national energy. So we think this is a really critical part of our program because it's growing so rapidly. But I think there's a notion that's been spoken about throughout the day that IT and data centers really bring about productivity. And in the area that I work in with manufacturers, we're talking about how IT can improve manufacturing productivity, which, of course, it really translates to our competitiveness, and, really high-paying jobs, and a very large part of our energy picture. I always like to show this slide because it really talks a lot about what we're focusing on, and that is looking at the total energy cycle, and which will then translate to carbon efficiency. And kind of the good news story is we have a lot of opportunity with data center efficiency. But by the time we use that 100 units of energy, we deliver it to the end use. 33 units of energy are delivered, and of that, maybe half of that gets to the IT, and then some portion of that could be optimized more efficiently, right, with the IT. So collectively, we're really working on innovation to improve that whole energy cycle. So I think, in the next 10 years, we can see that whole energy footprint going down tremendously. These are the activities we're working on. How many people have used dcee Pro? I'm just curious. Okay, got several hands here. dcee Pro is basically a profiling tool as a start, and then there are some subsystem tools like for air management, for cooling, for electrical. And the idea is to get you started to have a better understanding where the energy is going in your data center, and it'll give you a PUE, a dcee, with proper measurements, and it has some questions that you answer. It'll give you a hit list of energy saving opportunities. And as an example, the air management tool that has been tested with PG&E support, we thank PG&E for that. Magnus Hurling, Magnus, where are you? Back there? There he is, in the corner. He helped us develop this tool. It's a really great, simple, practical tool that has been calibrated with real field tests to go out and come up with some ideas of how to manage your energy better. That's an example of what's part of dcee Pro. Training, we've been working with ASHRAE to develop a joint training curriculum. That is actually been tested with 2 federal workshops. And I think in 2 weeks we're doing one at Data Center General. So we hope to do many more of those throughout the year to get some really widespread training, one-day training that you can take, and we're looking for sponsors basically to put that on. Another exciting area is the Certified Practitioner Program. The idea here is to certify professionals in the marketplace so they can be certified to go into a facility and perform an energy assessment. We plan to pilot this probably next spring. And again, Bill Schutte and Magnus can tell you more about that. And then finally, the R&D part, actually I have a separate slide on that in terms of what we're doing there. There's our website. Many of you are probably interested in the status of the solicitation we put out. This was the result of stimulus money we got. A solicitation went out in July, and we hope to have the awards announced in November. As you can see, there are three areas. There was R&D, demonstration, and concept definition studies. And we had a tremendous response. I think we had over 150 proposals, and hope to get the awards out, in at least the announcements in November. Real quick, Save Energy Now, our overall goal is to reduce energy intensity by 25%. And again, we're looking to engage the manufacturing sector in that, looking for that 10-year commitment. Just to give you an idea, if the industrial sector in the United States could reduce their energy intensity by 25% over 10 years, the amount of savings we would get, other than what would happen normally, would be about the amount of energy equal to the entire state of California, every house, every factory. So this is a very ambitious goal, but we feel that companies can achieve that if they take energy efficiency seriously. So here are the goals. So we're basically engaging industry to ask them to voluntarily. We're not talking about a regulatory program here. We also have recently launched last month the LEADER program. And this is an opportunity for some of your companies here to make it this pledge. With data centers, we would have to work with you in terms of establishing a baseline and to work through how to define energy intensity with the data center, but I think that's a doable thing. What we commit to, or what the company commits to, is that this 25% over 10 years, the CEO would have to commit to that. Designate an energy manager, set a baseline, develop an energy management plan. What we do in return is we give you tailored technical assistance to achieving your goal, a variety of things, tools. We could work with you, perform assessments, training. Of course, you get recognition for what you've done. Switching gears a little bit, we've created a C-level presentation, and if Deborah Grove is around, I don't know if she's still in the audience, but she and I guess, and a few others worked on this presentation. The idea here is us as people that know data centers, we tend to be, sometimes we can convince each other that this is important, but convincing the very highest level people in management to allocate resources and set a goal can be somewhat problematic since they have a lot of priorities. So we thought it'd be a good idea to create a presentation where a high-level person would look at this presentation and ask some questions and maybe be motivated to establish a goal and to empower you guys in a sense. So I just want to give you a few slides out of that, just to give you an idea. We raise awareness of why this is important, kind of give them an idea of how much energy is in a 2 megawatt data center,